ungumntu ongusomashishini osakhasayo, dreaming of opening eyakho i-gym, okanye mhlawumbi curious about what goes into ukuvula eyakho i-gym okanye keeping i-gym yakho running. This conversation will give you a deeper look into the business side of i-fitness. Sinalo ke undwendwe lwethu namhlanje ke njengoko besenditshilo sincokola naye uThinus Boffa, yena ke uphayana ke Elliot Gym. Sizabe ke sincokola naye ke namhlanje about running a business in fitness. Sizathi ke sive kuye kabanzi uba kokubana ke how do we run a business yethu. Sele ekhona ke naye phayana ke sincokola naye. We're live on Facebook uba unomdla wokubukela ke this interview khona phayana ku Facebook. Thinus Boffa, welcome to Vugani Community Radio, and greetings to you. You may greet our listeners of Vugani Community Radio.
Hello, Khaya. No, thank you very much for this opportunity. Being involved in this community, in this area, is quite an important part of my life. So thank you very much for this.
Okay, thank you so much, Thinus. Please introduce yourself briefly to our listeners, and then we can start with the actual interview.
Cool. I'm Thinus Boffa. I was born in Elliot, grew up in Elliot, went to school in Elliot, left Elliot for the UK for 3.5 years, came back, lived in East London, came back to Elliot, and then basically started the gym here. Fitness has always been a passion of mine. Growing up, went through a little stint of being bullied, tried to fight back by getting more of a physical presence, and just started on this road of self-discovery and, really going down back to business, who am I? Who do I want to be? Where do I want to go? So that's basically it.
Okay. Now, I was going to ask you what inspired you to start Elliot Gym, and what was the journey like from the idea to reality? But somehow you have answered that question even before I could ask. Now, coming to the challenges of running a gym, many people see the exciting side of owning a gym, but behind the scenes, it comes with challenges. What were some of the biggest challenges or obstacles that you faced in setting up and running Elliot Gym?
But if I look back to the start, obviously coming to Elliot, there wasn't anything like this in Elliot, no commercial gym whatsoever. One of the biggest challenges was definitely the time, waking up early. Sometimes in the morning, waking up at 4, getting to gym at 5, and then sitting some days like up to 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the evenings without one client walking in the door. You'll have, say, a 14-hour day without any clients, so you're sitting in a space, you don't really know what you're doing. You don't know if it's going to work, but it's something that you're passionate about. That it's something that you've got skills, you want to take it over to other people. So that's why it's so important just to really be interested in what you're doing and really have a passion. You have to enjoy what you're doing. Because times will be tough, and when times are tough, you need to have that motivation to pick yourself up. So a lot of the days it didn't feel like that. Really, the days were there when people, you'll have these naysayers, people saying, you're too expensive, it's never going to work. I remember so many days just sitting, basically crying, not knowing what to do next. And that's the biggest challenges would be the time. And then, as you said, the financial side, a lot of people expect new equipment, the big shiny stuff that you see in the bigger Virgin Actives, which isn't possible. The amount of money that you get in will never justify that. You'll never be able to pay that back. So patience is also quite a big thing. Because in the beginning, really, you do not see the same with your fitness journey. If you start dieting and exercising, you don't see results in the first while. And a lot of people, most people give up at that time, where you just keep on pushing, things happen. It happens very slowly, but when it starts happening, it's so worthwhile. It affects so many parts of your life, not just your fitness. And that's what it's done for me. Business-wise, it really helped me to stay motivated, to have a fresh mind when things aren't going as nice as it should. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's basically it.
I can see you're clearly passionate about fitness, but at the same time, a gym is a business that must remain profitable, right? How do you then balance your passion for fitness with the realities of running a business?
Well, it's all about cash flow. So you need cash to come into the business. So what I've had to do is I've had to make other plans. Uh, One of the things that I did was starting to sell chemicals, cleaning chemicals from a company in Queenstown. So
Hmm.
basically buying stuff from them and reselling it in Elliot. So you have to branch out sometimes, try other things just to keep your main business afloat. And
Hmm.
then, things like supplements. So things that clients that go through your gym actually want to spend money on, which isn't always
Hmm.
easy, but you have to have other sources of cash flow, especially in a small place where fitness at this moment is not a priority for most people. So you have to think outside the box. You have to think, how can I keep this business afloat? How can I keep on paying the rent? How can I keep on paying the cleaning staff and all those type of things? It's so you sometimes you have to make decisions to slightly go off what you're really passionate about, and then you discover other things. You discover like how to improve your relationships with other types of businesses as well. So, if you by nature, like the way that I was, quite shy, quite scared of people, it forces you to get out and really get to know other people, build relationships. So,
Hmm.
end of the day, that's where the money really comes from, is when you really, as a person, like your relationships with other people, that
Hmm.
reflects your business and people see that. And then,
Yes.
so as you grow in your business, people see that growth and they see you as somebody that can actually approach. So that's what the other sides of the business also brought to my gym. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Now coming to finances and the growth of your business. First of all, did you fund the Elliot Gym entirely on your own, or did you explore financing options like loans, investors, or partnerships?
Well, this is going to be quite funny. Like when I started the gym, I literally started with two mats and two
Hmm.
balls, Pilates balls, those big balls. And I started it
Yes.
in my mom's lounge, basically training people from my mom's lounge. And then from there, literally starting cash,
Hmm.
buying small pieces of equipment, going on websites like Gumtree, uh,
Hmm.
seeing bargains in East London, driving down to East London. Like I've got a leg press machine. I don't know if you know what that is.
Uh,
So I was looking for something. I always knew I wanted a leg press in my gym. So I was
yeah.
looking through the adverts, and there, lying next to the Buffalo River, all rusted, it was
Hmm.
literally by the harbor in East London. Was a
Oh.
leg press that some club just threw out. And I
Hmm.
saw it for what it was, drove down, picked it up, brought it back home and fixed it up. And that's basically
Mm.
the story of my gym, making it work. So if you don't have what you've got, like you need to be grateful for what you've got and work from there. Like a lot of people
Hmm.
make the mistake of going for the big loan, but you have to pay that loan back, and going to the banks, your interest rates, everything is quite high. For somebody with no finances to go and take out a loan on something that you don't know if it's really going to work or not, it's quite a big
Yeah.
risk. So the
Hmm.
route that I took was really saving money, opening up a 32-day deposit account in the beginning,
Hmm.
and just pumping money into that as much as I could. Using that money,
Hmm.
whenever a deal popped up, I invested in it. So if I found a second-hand piece of equipment somewhere, and I went up and I bought that. Yeah, so that's one of the biggest tips. I see a lot of people starting businesses and just going all out.
Hmm.
Like you've got no surety that this thing's going to work. So yeah, you have to find your feet. You have to test the water. You can't test the water in a stream with both feet. The chances are that you are going to drown.
Hmm.
No, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, but now that your business is up and running, we do understand that running a gym can be costly. How then did you plan for your financial model from pricing memberships to covering expenses like rent, salaries, and equipment maintenance?
That's a very difficult one. Comparing Elliot to a city, you can't really run your expenses like that. So I
Hmm.
literally went as it went. month by month, writing down the numbers, and then from there, seeing where I am, and then deciding where I want to go, and then
Mm-hmm.
basically working my budget from there. So I basically worked it backwards. So
Mm-hmm.
starting at the end product and then budgeting backwards. And then you basically see where you are. And, in certain areas, you see that you have to step it up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you also have to see like what percentage of your business will be for, cleaning staff and that type of thing, and then
Yeah.
deciding is it still worth it, or what other
Mm-hmm.
plans do I have to make? So I wasn't really in a position to have a business where all the numbers were just lined up in front of me. I had to go and dig and understand it for myself. It's not like you get taught how to run a gym and you walk into a gym and it happens. Like you have
Mm-hmm.
to you take chances a lot of the time. Um, so yeah, it was a bit scary.
When you decided that you wanted to start a gym, has it always been a dream that you wanted to start a gym business, or it was just an idea and then you decided out of passion that you want to start this business, or did you have any business experience before you started this gym company?
Well, basically growing up, I had grandparents on a farm. When I was in primary school, my gran would help me to buy cabbage and then resell it. And
Hmm.
that was the first little business. And they had a little farm stall on the farm. Where I was involved buying and selling anything from sweets to sugar, coffee, whatever. So that just taught me the value of, rands turning, money in, money
Hmm.
out. Like you need money to come in to buy new stock. And then of that, you need to put some money away. So my first
Oh.
experience with that was with a little farm shop.
Hmm.
And then from there, in the UK, I worked in it's the second largest retail store in Europe, Selfridges and Co. So I was a security guard over there, and I mean, in that shop, you've got all types of shops from Louis Vuitton, Tommy Hilfiger, everything under one roof. I mean, the shop
Hmm.
was 5 stories, and walking around there and seeing what type of marketing those guys do. So obviously, it rubs off, and it gives you an idea of what people want. Yeah, it's not always easy to provide that, but it gives you an idea. So yeah, I was very fortunate to be put in those situations of seeing the
Hmm.
world outside of Elliot.
Okay. Now, what strategies do you use to keep Elliot Gym profitable during slow seasons when fewer people are signing up for gym?
Yeah, then I'll focus more on my other types, like the chemical side of the business. That's that's a bit of a spin-off, and also my personal training. So personal training, you charge people more, but you spend one-on-one time with them. So I focus
Hmm.
more on that. It's a lot easier to keep somebody that's in momentum um, in the winter time, because most people stop in the winter because like they really don't know what they're doing, and if you've got somebody that you're busy training, you've got that momentum with them, they're starting, they're seeing the results, it's a lot easier for you to keep them in the gym during those tough months. So yeah, that's
Hmm.
I'll focus more on that one-on-one type of relationship with clients, which is a bit
Mm.
easier to do.
Now, coming to marketing and branding of your business, in today's world, marketing is everything. How do you then keep your market, or how do you market Elliot Gym to attract new members? Do you rely more on the word of mouth or community presence or digital platforms like social media?
I literally depend on word of mouth. Like really, I believe in making a difference in somebody, and then that
Hmm.
person will go and tell somebody else if they're happy. Same thing goes with doing something badly. So obviously, you need to focus on the type of person that you really want in your business. Like you're never going to keep everybody happy. So you
Hmm.
really need to decide what type of person do you want to come into your doors. In which way do you want to change their lives, or be an asset to them? So
Hmm.
it's all about service when it comes to that. Like I don't believe you can have a sustainable business if you don't provide that personal service. Like somebody really needs to appreciate what you're doing for them. And if they feel that gratitude, then they will go and tell other people.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's and other like social media platforms like Facebook. So when some of my guys are busy powerlifting or whatever, putting that up there, and
Yeah.
that's broadcasting your business, and it's also broadcasting the culture inside the business, which is also
Hmm.
very important. Like you as a business owner, you mean nothing to the business. Like the image that comes out, the results that people are getting, that gym culture, the atmosphere, that is what you're
Yeah.
trying to push out. So
Yeah.
that's what I try to rely on.
Speaking of image and culture, how important is it to build a brand identity for a gym? And what does the Elliot Gym brand stand for in your community?
It's very important, but it's yet again to what type of life you want to live. So for me, it's like it's never too late. It's never too late to make a change in your life. Like it
Hmm.
doesn't matter where you are, how down life has knocked you. There's always the opportunity to stand up and start moving, you know, try to get into a habit, a good habit. It's so easy.
Hmm.
Like if you smoke a packet of cigarettes, the first cigarette you smoke, you're going to cough your lungs out. It's not going to be nice. But if you
Yeah.
keep on smoking, eventually you become a chain smoker and it becomes habit. And
Hmm.
it's the same with exercise. If you start small and you really try your best and like you try to stick to your diets and your exercise, things happen. Like the results happen. It just takes time.
Hmm.
And like that culture of you can apply that to the rest of your life. It's not just
Hmm.
exercise, it's not just gym. It comes down to education, studying, anything like that. Nobody enjoys doing it, but the
Hmm.
people that are successful are the guys that do it anyway. So
Yeah.
that type of culture that I want to. So I know a lot of guys will go with the whole bodybuilding steroid culture of having this perfect body. That's not what I'm about. What I'm
Hmm.
about is there's always an opportunity for growth. Like it's
Yeah.
especially in our communities where drugs, it's becoming a massive problem.
Mm.
And to get people off the streets can
Yeah.
be as easy as changing a habit.
How do
So if
you
you can,
how do you measure success at Elliot Gym beyond just financial profit? Is it growth in membership? Is it client results? Or is it community impact?
uh, it's a combination of everything. But for
Yeah.
me personally, seeing somebody who was down and out, somebody who struggled with depression or some type of addiction, um, to see them after 3 months or 6 months actually in a routine, hungry to pitch up at gym on
Hmm.
time, you can see the people actually they're there to make a change and they're also in a new lifestyle. For me, that is payment beyond compare.
Hmm.
It's something that no amount of money can ever, ever, ever give you. Just to see that, it's possible. Like for me as well, to see other people doing it in front of me. To
Yeah.
me, it means that for myself, the challenges that I've got, it's possible to overcome things. It's possible with a support system, with a culture of, you know, people who struggle together.
Yeah.
That's what's beautiful for me about it.
If you had to highlight the biggest business lesson you've learned since you started Elliot Gym, what would it be?
You're saving, saving for that future. Pay your future self first. Like the person that you are now. I mean, you don't really know where you're going to be in 5 or 10 years. And when that person 5 years, 10 years down the line appears, are they supported? Have they got something behind them to take the chance that they want to want to take? So I think definitely paying your future self is very underrated. A lot of people spend everything they've got, going big or go home, that type of thing. I'm not about that. I'm
Yeah.
about, paying that future self.
Hmm.
And it also comes down
Thinus,
to education. Like you need to keep on educating yourself.
yes.
It doesn't matter how old you are, keep on doing the courses or read the books or see the people, but keep on growing. Never, never stop growing.
Thank you so much, Thinus, for sharing your journey and insights with us today. What stands out from our conversation is that running a gym or any business is not just about passion, it's about strategy, resilience, and a clear vision. Thank you so much again for joining us today to share your insights and for us inspiring inspiring other aspiring entrepreneurs who are interested in starting their own gyms?
Thank you very much, man. Again, that word resilience, that is the most beautiful word in English. Go and research it. That is, yeah. Thank you very much, Khaya.
Once again, a big thank you to you, Thinus Boffa from Elliot Gym, for joining us.
Thanks a lot, man. Take care.
Alright, ke mphulaphuli ke besincokola naye ke uThina Boffa yena ke we oyi-owner phayana kwi-gym